This is going to be living near a racetrack. And the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, I'm not talking about the Super Speedway, but I'm talking about the not quite 5/8 of a mile track, if memory serves, at the Nashville Fairgrounds, or the old Nashville Fairgrounds, which has some special memories for me. I'm only about 3 hours away. It was where I saw my first Winston Cup race in 1981. Went to about 15 All American 400s when it was the best short track race anywhere, usually mid to late October. But in 2010, this guy using the YouTube name, and he's only got one video, posted a video. Call it Nashville Nuisance or something like that. I'm gonna post a link to it in the description. But so this guy moves into a neighborhood. The racetrack is already there. Been there 100 years by 2010. Literally 100 years. Second or third oldest operating track in the country. The Milwaukee Mile's been there. Of course, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, although the first Indy 500 was 1911, actually opened in 1909. But how can you move into an area with a racetrack, come up with a YouTube name, close the raceway, and say it's a nuisance? There is no way that man lived there before the racetrack was built, unless he was 100 years old, which he sure didn't sound like a 100-year-old man when he was talking. I don't think it shows him, but it's just totally ridiculous. And just for general information, the video has 0 likes and 1,198 dislikes, including mine, and a bunch of comments telling him to move. The racetrack was there first, which is basically what I told him. Again, strictly disclaimer, this is my opinion. I actually live near, I don't live that close to the track, but on the rare occasion I'm home when they're running, if I step outside, I can hear the noise from it. I'm usually there, so it don't bother me. But it's not that loud here anyway. But again, when we moved in this house, it was there. It had been there 17 years when we moved in this house. It was 8 years after the house was built. The track was there when the house was built by 9 years. I'm doing this math from memory, and I'm not very good at math, but it's just been my opinion on this. This guy, and he only ever posted one video, has 0 subscribers, but I just found it interesting this guy can do this. There's all kinds of Sabre Fairgrounds Speedway groups. Darrell Waltrip's been involved, Sterling Marlin, both Daytona 500 winners. And it's just totally ridiculous somebody moves into a, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's totally ridiculous somebody moves into a neighborhood, track's been there 100 years, and he wants to close it. Of course, I'm not going to get into the Nashville Political Trust that a lot of them want to close it, but it's just been my opinion.